There are animal markets in different parts of the country. How much we have to run and suffer in order to sacrifice the animal of our choice in the name of Allah. Will God accept our sacrifice of so much suffering? Will He say, "My servant, the dream of Maqbul sacrifice that you are living, all your efforts to make me happy have come true today," or He will return the sacrifice of our suffering? For example, He returned the sacrifice of Adam's son Kabil, which was evil due to arrogance. Let's hear about the historical sacrifices of the two brothers mentioned in the Quran. Adam salam had two sons, Habil and Kabil. At that time, two children were born from the womb of Mother Eve, a son and a daughter. According to the law, Habil will marry his sister Aklima to Kabil, and Kabil will marry his sister to Habil. Aklima was an impossible beauty. Kabil wanted the beautiful Aklima to be his life partner. Going to his father, Kabil said, "Dad, I will marry Aklima." Adam salam said sadly, "Dear Kabil, he is destined for your brother Habil." Habil was said to him. This time, addressing the two sons, the compassionate father said, "You should rather sacrifice to Allah. The one whose sacrifice will be accepted will either marry Aklima." There was a rule in the old days that the object of sacrifice should be left in an open desert. If fire comes from the sky and burns it, it must be understood that the sacrifice has been accepted. And if the contents of the sacrifice are intact, it means that the sacrifices has not been accepted by Allah. Habil was a shepherd by profession. He left the most beautiful lamb from his flock for sacrifice. Kabil left some grain next to it. Being a farmer by profession, this was his resource. The next morning, Habil's sacrifice was accepted. Kabil grain remains intact. Seeing this, Kabil got very angry. He said to his brother, "I will surely kill you, Habil." Habil looked at his brother with calm eyes. He smiled sweetly and said to Kabil, "Brother Kabil, why are you just angry with me? We both made sacrifices. God has accepted me. Is this my crime?" Brother, listen carefully. God accepts only the sacrifices of the righteous. You too build a life according to Allah. Your merciful God will accept your sacrifice. There is a great lesson for us in the words of Habil. If we cannot be God-fearing, no matter how beautiful, no matter how expensive the animal we sacrifice, it will not be accepted to God. Sad but true. There is a great lack of taqwa sacrifices among Muslims today. Who will sacrifice how many big animals? How much will the price of the animal be? Who will have the title of how many newspaper? Who will show his face as an expensive buyer in how many channels? All these have become the purpose of sacrifice. In the crowd of preaching, the sacrifice of taqwa behind the ritual is hiding its face and crying today.